Hey, hi, I'm Mona. This is Chit Chat. So I did look it up about the jurisdiction thing, and the straight out answer was no. They're not allowed to be racing through town if it's not their jurisdiction, unless they're in like hot pursuit. Like if somebody is racing through the town and then it goes beyond their jurisdiction. Okay. But there was nothing going on. And they were racing like that by a school that's in session. And they were coming from the commissioner's house area, because beyond that, you're already going out of town. So, unless they're, the straight out answer is no. And in a school zone, racing like that. So yeah, there is corruption here with the police department too, because they're also working outside their jurisdiction and they're putting people at risk. Now there's some other things that can apply to that, but it's like 8:30 in the morning. This is not a crime-ridden town. If there's something going on and they need to get to their jurisdiction, okay, but the answer is significantly no. They're not supposed to do that. So that's like overstepping their boundaries. More corruption at its best. I watch everything around here. I watch everything. I get up early, and I look around. I observe my surroundings. I see the people around here. I even see people at the school on Sundays doing some kind of work over there. So is this like extra on the paycheck if you work on Sundays and you do something around here? So they can get more money and more pay? As far as I know, like the county workers or the city workers, the weekends are off, right? Yet they still have people trying to get their paycheck and more money on their check by working the weekends. I could see if it's like, oh, we need to get this done, so can you work over the weekends? But I see it often. I see it often that the city workers are out and about on Saturdays and Sundays. And who's paying for that? The people of the town. The people of the town are paying that. Yeah. The little taxes they got over here. They're paying for that, but they're not getting their clean water. Like, darn, isn't that sad? This town is pathetic. Well, not the people. And the people who are trying to live in peace and happiness over here. Not those people, but like the town leaders, the city workers, anybody involved with the town leaders or the sheriff's department. Now I'm wondering, and the police department, because they're all in cahoots with each other. So they only do what's good for themselves. So yeah. I wish there could be better for this town, for the people who live here, so people don't have to get sick and die. Because most of the people, they don't live here and die of natural causes old age. No, they're dying from cancer, skin problem, diseases, whatever. And it's most likely because of the water. I started feeling a little bit of something in my hands again, so I notified the Culligan Water Company to see if maybe something happened with the system. So they're going to come out and double check that, because they just put salt in there, and I said, is there less than normal in there? Because that's the salt water, the water that I use to shower and wash my dishes and stuff. But I noticed the past 5 days that my hands have been getting kind of worse. So I called them, and they're going to come in and test the water and see what's going on. If they fix the water, it would be better for me also, because then I wouldn't have to be worried about getting my system checked all the time to make sure that none of the arsenic or any of the other bad stuff is seeping through. You know what I mean? Because I am allergic to it. I can't touch it or deal with it. You know what I mean? But that's all I have for you guys. This was Chit Chat. I'm Mona. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.